and on cue, like most V1 streams, I need to let my dog out. I'll be right back. Alright, what is going on, YouTube? How's it going? I swear my dog just knows when I hit that go live button, man, and things, they either want to go in or out, in or out. How's it going, guys? What up? I am Dimitri. Good to see you here, getting the METAR out there for San Diego. Excellent. XP1972 in the house. What's going on, man? I loved your stream last night, man. Wow, I can't even talk. Thoroughly enjoyed it, man. Seeing that the IXEG and then even that 732, man. That 732 is a beast to fly. You did a really good job, man. And I'm glad you got that little spam button fix on the IXEG, so you could fly that sucker around too. But that was a good stream, man. You totally buttered that one into, what was it, Ontario? Man, if I could get half that butter, I would be happy. So, Captain Geo, what is up, man? Good to see you here as well. Captain Reynolds, Mackay Baj, or, yeah, Mackay, what's up, man? Captain Tom in the aft cargo compartment tonight. He's been flying some 737s there, posting them up in the Discord. Just kidding. Now, what's going on, Captain Tom? Good to see you here. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and get this thing started. We are definitely crowded with ground equipment, Geo. That's because you guys are slacking off and streaming too much, so I had to call in the extra reinforcements today because you were streaming. So let's go ahead and actually start getting them ready to drive away because we're pretty much ready to go. We're going to put in the flight plan. Aircraft's already aligned. This is kind of a weird animation there because I had to have the doors open, but let's go ahead and get this show on the road, guys. Why are you so loud? I'll go ahead and kill the blower for right now. But wishing me a great flight. D. Michaels, what's going on, man? Good to see you here. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to stream tonight, guys, but then I said, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to have the time to stream tomorrow. I may or may not. I'm not sure yet, but I definitely wanted to get at least one more flight done in this 320 Neo. So we are going to be on Pilot Edge. We're going to just be chilling, hanging back, flying from from San Diego to Las Vegas, and the sun will be sitting here on our departure. I think it's going to be pretty darn good. So let's go ahead and get the initialization done here. We're going to be going from San Diego to Las Vegas, McCarran. KSAN is one of your favorite airports to fly into. Excellent, man. You know, the reason I was recording the footage for the V1 After Dark podcast. So what I do is I'll do a flight and then I will record it and then kind of have that in the background for the podcast series. And I did the flight in San Diego, and then I saw the night lighting in San Diego, and I just said, wow, I really want to do one more flight out of here. So I said, you know what, let's go ahead and get the stream loaded up and do a flight in here. I'm going to do cost index 75. Cruise flight level, we're filed at 290. Aircraft's already aligned, so as soon as we hit a line on ref, we should be good to go. There we are. That looks good. Departure San Diego. Already hearing somebody departing. Thought I heard somebody departing. Maybe not. Man, that Neo looks sharp though, doesn't it? Alright. Let's go ahead and continue. We're going to be departing 27, and I'm going to put in, I don't know, so I got this route. I'm just going to put in the Padres, insert that. Let's take a look at this. I don't know for sure if IFS Squaker 11 has become a private pilot to the V1 Simulations channel. Squaker, man. Hope I'm saying that right. Squaker, IFS, thank you so much. Let's get some positive rates in chat there from my members already. Welcoming our new member, Squaker. Exclamation point, welcome for a little additional information if you are unfamiliar. So happy to have you on board, man. Glad you're enjoying the content enough to want to become even more involved in the V1 community, man. That makes me feel,
subscriber
ahead.
Really good. Look up.
Flight Motor Aviation, another subscriber. Thank you so much, man. You guys are just on fire tonight already. Man, this is going to be a good night. I can feel it. So we're going to go here. We're going to go departures on the Padres. This is an interesting route because I just picked it up. There's a Southwest that's flying this in real life here in about 40 minutes or so. And they have them going up northbound and then cutting over LA and then into Las Vegas. So I filed it before I load up the box completely. Let's pick up our clearance from Pilot Edge and make sure that is in fact what they want us to do. So we'll go ahead and pull up the clearance delivery frequency 125.9er before we could finish our route there. Our incognito, I'm sorry, 125.9er. Our incognito call sign is going to be Cactus. You guys know I'm a huge fan of the old America West and US Airways, so we are definitely doing the Cactus call sign, but I know we got that Neo paint job stock Airbus house, just kind of incognito. Phantom 320 joined the chat. What is going on, man? You're going to get a yoga, man. Hey, I'm not paying for maintenance on these motors. We're going full yoga out of here every time. There's no need to flex in Flight Sim. That should be a quote. No need to flex in Flight Sim. Courtesy of yours truly. All right, 125.9. We are Cactus 512. Let's go ahead and give him a call. How long is this flight, Christian? Should only be about an hour and 5 minutes airborne, maybe a little bit less than that. I'm probably going to ask for a shortcut from controller, because this route is kind of weird, but let's see what they give us. Good evening, Lindbergh clearance, Cactus 512, looking to pick up IFR to Las Vegas.
Cactus 512, Lindbergh clearance, clear to the Las Vegas airport, Padres 2 departure. Chicken transition thus filed, climb via the SID, departure frequency 119.6, squawk 1645.
We're clear to Las Vegas Airport, Padres 2, departure, chicken transition as filed, climb via the SID, departure frequency is 19.6, squawking 1645 for Cactus 512.
Cactus 512, read back correct.
All right, so we've got that. We're going to be up on a ground control next, so I'm just going to throw that in here while I'm looking at the radios, 23.9. And guys, I know that last stream, we really didn't have any approach communications. I wanted to talk a little bit about ATC on the approach phase of flight, but it got crazy there at the end of that last stream. I mean, they switched runways on us last minute, switched arrivals, and then she gave us a vector, and we were a little high and fast, and we got it all down. It was all down and legal, and we were stable, so it all worked out. But I apologize, I didn't get to really talk too much about communications nuances and stuff during the arrival phase, but we'll talk about that on this flight here. So departure transitions, there we go, chicken. So I don't know why this is happening, and I'm gonna highlight it again here because I know you guys are probably wondering what I keep doing there, but to get the proper transitions in the flight factor now, and it's just this version, it hasn't happened before, we're supposed to go out to the chicken transition, which is right here, and I couldn't find chicken. So what I had to do was load up the departure, which ended at Padres, and then I had to come back to my main flight plan page, select departure, and then arrow right to get to my transitions. That's not how it works in the real airplane. That's not how it used to work in the flight factor, but that's what's happening now. So if you're trying to get your transitions, that's how you got to just kind of hit flight plan, come back, and then reload it. So just throwing that out there. It can be a little bit confusing. I even got a little confused on the last stream with that. Dimitri says they fly this route at 250. What are your plans? Hey, we're in the Neo, man. We're going up to 290. So we're going to rocket this thing up to 290. So here we go. After Padres, Heffman, Chicken, then it's Sebi, Sierra, Echo, Bravo, Bravo, Yankee. Insert that, followed by Ayala, Y-E-L-A-H. I don't know if Cosmic's still in the chat, but Yella. And then Meisen, which will set us up for the KPEX 6 into Las Vegas. I hope that's the right one. Let's see. That's the right Meisen. Perfect. Las Vegas, we're just going to throw in 26 left. I haven't checked it out just yet. Captain Geo, good day. Brian Provenza, how's it going, man? Good to see you here. 26 left is what I'm looking for. ILS 26 left. KPEX 6. So here we go. No transitions. Oh, I guess you just arrow right. You can arrow right from here. That's weird. You know what? I don't think that's necessarily accurate, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. I think it should pop up. But that's, that could be a software loading thing. In real life, these planes get updated every, well, the software database gets updated every 28 days, but the actual software for the McDo can be newer than what's been modeled, so that could just be that all that is, not necessarily a bug. All right, our route looks good, but you see what I'm talking about here. It's a 90-degree turn right here at Las, that's pretty much Vegas area. Let's see if I throw on the airports. Oh, that's VORs. LG, oh, that's Long Beach. So just south of Los Angeles is where this route takes us before we cut right. There's LAX up there. So I don't know if we're actually going to fly that 90-degree angle, but we'll see. Our routes in the box are secondary. Let's do a quick secondary. We can do a quick San Diego return. San Diego secondary, boom. If we have to come back around, we're going to come right back for the RNAV 27 Zulu. And then we're going to throw in the approach. Let's go ahead and see. So whoever told me that you can pull up the BTAR ATIS digitally from Pilot Edge, man, that's freaking sweet. So if you didn't know that, and I had no idea, I don't know if it's new or old, but if you go to the Pilot Edge website where you filed your flight plan, they have a little spot where you can pull up the ATIS simulating a digital ATIS, so I don't have to tune it in and listen to the ATIS and get the ATIS code. So that's pretty cool. I forget who mentioned it, but thank you very much for enlightening me on that one. QNH in San Diego 3014. Captain Geo $2 bomb says, we need some repos, por favor, El Captain Geo. I got you, man. I've got, let's see, 3 or 4 planes that are out of position, and I'm gonna set the repo blast out of here. I go back to work on Thursday, so I'm gonna put the repo blast up before I leave, and then you guys, all my repo pilots, will be able to go back to work now that Project Fly is working, and everything else is pretty bug-free at the moment. I don't know what the minimums are. I'm just gonna put in 330 for the NDA because I don't wanna. But we're not going to be coming back here. Not hopefully. And then init B. All right, let's load the bird up. Let's go ahead and give her a decent amount of cargo. Passengers. We got a full load of passengers going to going to Las Vegas. I keep saying San Diego. Everyone's getting ready to start the weekend earliest, but we're going to definitely dial this fuel back here. Let's take 4.2, and we're going to set that. Now we come to perf data. We're going to hit set. No extra time. That's not enough time. We're going to need a little bit more gas than that. Going to need a little bit more gas than that. So that was 4.2. We're going to take 5.2. 5.5. That should work. Let's see if it'll re-update it. Maybe not. No, I want 5.2. Set. And I want 5.2 here. And do we have 5.2? We have 5.2. Okay, good. That gives us 24 minutes extra time. That's not a lot of extra time, but that should be fine. All right, we can remove him. Let's start closing up the doors. We'll leave the main cargo door open, or the main passenger door. We'll close up those doors. We can go ahead and remove the chocks. Let's get the APU fired up. We've got our fuel, so we can get these pumps on. Also, what about traffic? Are there a lot of people flying? I don't know tonight. I mean, it might be a little bit more active because it is evening time now here in the States, so there could be people getting ready. How often does Pilot Edge have coverage? It is almost 24/7. They have the hours on their website, but pretty much business hours, almost 7 days a week, I want to say. Loadmaster tip, you're trying to defrost. It's cold out here on the ramp. I bet, man. Loadmaster, are you out there? Are you here? I forget if you're at DFW or not. It's windy, man. It's windy here in Texas today. Hey, everyone, have you ever tried considering the FS Labs 320, or are you all about Xplane, which is cool, but I'm just wondering. No, Grayson, I said it before. I used to use the FS Labs quite a bit, like when it first came out. But I was on the FSX platform, and I actually used that. There's our top altitude of 15,000. I actually used the FS Labs to prepare myself for training on the Airbus. and it was fantastic at the time. And I mean, that was, I don't know how many years ago now that FS Labs first came out, but I used it when it first came out, and then I kind of made the transition to Xplane, and I kind of parked FSX, so I never got to play with it on P3D, but it was a fantastic bird at the time. I will tell you that. Oh, we're doing a Flaps 1 Toga takeoff 30-31-35, a no flex. That looks pretty good to me. APU is on. Let's go ahead and put these puppies back on there. That looks good. We no longer need the ground power. Get the APU bleed on. Let's go ahead and get the seatbelt signs on and auto. We got the clean wing and the beautiful 320 Neo tonight. How much extra time do you guys generally have in normal ops? Man, not much more than 30 minutes if they're planning it normal. Now, we have our reserve, or IFR reserve, which is an FAA regulation, which it depends on a couple different things, but essentially it's right around 45 minutes, which is a mandatory reserve. And then we have, if you have an alternate, you have to have fuel for the alternate. And the extra time, sometimes if you're tankering gas, we call it tankering, where you just have extra fuel for a return leg or something like that. You might have a lot of extra, but if they're planning it for that one specific leg, it is going to be right about that 30-minute mark, I would say. I always have a hard time with the Xplane Airbuses getting my fuel load, because I should just do the calculation. I just kind of do times 3 kilograms to pounds. But if it was in pounds, you know, I would be able to just load out and put the fuel in there. IMDimitri, is this the newest V2 from Mr. X, the one that comes with a version for ALES? Dimitri, you're gonna have to help me out. ALES, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have closed the front boarding door for aircraft movement on customers.
How do you work out flex? We're not flexing today, Talha Gil. I am gonna be looking at some flex computers, or like, what is it, takeoff performance calc. I think somebody mentioned the Topcat in the Discord, and I want to check that out. I actually downloaded it, but every time I open the download, my whole computer freezes. It's weird. So I got to find a different download link for the Topcat, but I do want to get, I'm not ignoring you guys on the takeoff performance calculations, because I know this comes up a lot. You guys always ask me, where do I get my numbers? I honestly, when I'm streaming, I just kind of spitball what I know from memory. Or for instance, like today in the flight factor, it gave us 30, 35 speeds. At this weight, this seems about right with a Flaps 1 no flex, just from my experience. And now sometimes I just kind of throw in random numbers what I think they should be. In general, however, the flight factor produces much lower numbers than what I normally would see in the 320, right? And then you look at the TOLUS, especially the 321, that takeoff calculator seems to produce numbers much higher than I'm accustomed to seeing. So I don't know. I'm not saying that it's wrong or it's right. What I am saying is that I don't know what they're using to calculate it. So I have to dig into my books. I got to look at what they're referencing, and then I'm going to get some data for you guys. I'm going to try some third-party calculators and things like that. But I don't know why we're sitting on the gate here. What am I doing? Let's just go ahead and get off the gate. Beacon light comes on. We're not pushing onto an active, so we don't need a call. And we're going to start the pushback and get out of here.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
That's exactly where I want to go.
Ground to cockpit.
What's the
Tow
D
is
mode right
driving
after?
up.
That's the emergency exit sign, or exit signs when they're in auto mode there. When the gear comes up, it changes the emergency exit signs. They go off of battery mode. So right now with the gear down, all these exit signs, emergency signs are on or activated, and they're on battery power. And as soon as the gear comes up, the lights come off, the sign dings because I have this switch in auto, and then they go back to charging. So that's what that ding is. All right, I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe I should just double check. We got our route in the box. Everything else looks good. I should probably get my iPad out here. Airport layout enhancement solution, payware add-on for Xplane. So no, Dimitri, unfortunately, I'm not familiar with that. This is kind of...
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed,
KSAN for
ready
quite
to
a while,
connect.
so I don't know. I don't think it's anything different. All right, we do need to put a squawk code in the box, so that will get us in a big trouble. 164. 1645. Oops. 1645. For pilot edge purposes, we're going to just go ahead and turn it on right now. That comes on. Beacon is on. What did I say the altimeter was? It was 3014. Mr. Swedish Piano coming in with a 20 Norwegian krones. What is going on, man? What is going on, man? Thank you so much for that donation.
Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Thank you for supporting the streams, man. What that ding noise? Oh, so I hope you were there when I answered it about the charging of the emergency exit signs. All right, everything else looks good. Doors, windows, closed and locked slides. Everything looks good. Brakes off. We'll clear to push.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Actually, I want to look out this side where the 7.3 is. So yeah, Mr. Swishpan, thank you so much for that generous donation. But it's to charge the emergency exit signs when the gear comes up. They revert off of battery power. How do I get liveries for the Neo? Right now, they're just they're slow to come out. There's only very few out there. I only have Spirit and this base 320, just this clean 320. I'm sorry, 320, clean Airbus house livery. I'm sure there will be more to come. I know the painters, Gerald McGinley, is definitely hard at work. I downloaded, he has a Spirit livery coming out for this as well that has kind of fixed some of the sharklet stuff. Dimitri says, Mr. X, KSAN received a V2 update. Chances are you need to install it. Comes with normal version. Okay, I will check that out, man. Yeah, we will definitely look at J20. It looked like they were turning backwards during the start. What direction do Neo engines turn in real life? Oh man, honestly, I don't know, Aj. I would say I'd say clockwise, right? As you're looking at them. Man, some of you rampers should have the answer on that one. All right, everything else looks good. Let's go ahead and fire it up. I'm going to try to be quiet so we can listen to these beautiful start sounds. Yeah, that's a clockwise rotation. That's what I anticipated.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
But I want to hear the startup.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Oof, that's a nice sound right there. It's a short taxi out here on San Diego, so let's go ahead and fire up engine number 2. Alright, I'm just reviewing the departure procedure here. We're on the Padres 2 RNAV. We're going out to Chicken. And then we're making a hard right turn, which is interesting. Yeah, Chicken is a transition. Alright. Top altitude is 15,000. Beautiful. Gosh, those sounds though. I love this plane. Let's go ahead and go flaps 1. We'll watch the slats come out here. Oliver, you're modeling the Atlantic Airways livery for the Neo. Fantastic, dude.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Awesome. Thanks for a smooth push. We'll see you next time. Probably got a top altitude of 15,000. Let's go ahead and get all of our stuff out of the way now, since it is, I talked about being, congested runway operations. Try to do everything heads up when the airplane's moving, so we'll do our flight controls right now. Make sure that looks good. Do our rudders. Flight controls are checked. If you're on an airport like Dallas or LAX, you have a really long taxi, and you may even be going out single engine, then yeah, you would do all this after taxi away. But since I want to be prepared as we reach the end of the runway there, we're going to get it out of the way now. So we're just waiting for the pin signal here off the left-hand side. Or did he already give it to us? He must have already given it to us. All right, I missed it. I think we're pretty much ready to taxi. Lindbergh ground is 23.9. That is on frequency. APU just tripped off. Beautiful. We do have ATIS information. Papa. Lindbergh grounds. Cactus 512. Ready to taxi with information. Papa. Whoops.
Alpha Bravo.
I think it said Alpha Bravo.
Runway 30 right, taxi via Alpha and Bravo. Skylane 135 Tango Delta.
Thought it was a little quiet there. I hope I didn't step on somebody either.
Sunway Tower, Southwest 5351 is clear, the active, and we're actually going to sign off here. Thanks for the help tonight.
Pro tip, when you're
5351,
communicating
Roger,
on
take
the
care.
radio, make sure you have the radio volume turned on. And I had my volume off there. I hope I didn't block you, but Cactus 512, we're ready to taxi with information, Papa.
Cactus 512, no, you didn't block me at all. Runway 27, taxi via Bravo.
27, taxi via Bravo, Cactus 512. All right, via Bravo. Let's get out of here, guys. If you haven't heard these sounds just yet, I will give you another little teaser. Are you guys ready? Let's go outside view. That is juicy, my friends. Oh boy, that is juicy. All right, taxi light is on.
Henderson
Let's
Tower
get out.
172 Sierra Papa, clear of runway.
Aline, didn't realize I was streaming today. Yeah, man, honestly, I didn't either.
2 Sierra Papa, Roger, ramp
Just
by
happened.
Delta, remain this frequency.
It's like, you know what? I really want to get one more flight in with this airplane because I
Ram
don't
via
know if I
Delta,
have the time
remain
to
on the
stream tomorrow.
frequency.
So
72
I
Sierra Papa.
figured, hey, let's do a little evening stream. Going 27 via Bravo. Wow, we're pretty light. I mean, I'm not even touching the thrust levers, and the airplane is just accelerating, which is accurate to real life. We get straight here on Bravo. We got to take care of our takeoff items. Come over here. Cabin is ready. Lights. Nice. We'll do dim 1. Perfect. And we can re-hit that config. Ready to go?
Shell Tower, Skylane 135 Tango Delta with November is ready for takeoff. Runway 30 right, and again we're going to VFR to the southeast.
135 Tango Delta, Bakersfield Tower, right
So there's
down with
quite a few
departures
people on
approved.
that.
Runway 30 right, clear for takeoff.
0 right, cleared for takeoff. 135 Tango
Handy
Delta.
checklist here. I am going to be trying out that checklist mod. I forget who sent it to me again. I mentioned it last
Tower,
week.
Cessna 739.
I haven't forgot about you.
check.
Haven't forgot about you. We are going to. I want to try it out.
For radio check.
It's an
Coming in,
interactive
static
checklist
E if
for
you're
the
on the ground
Airbus.
at Oceano.
So that'll
It's
be
probably a
pretty cool,
reception
too.
range issue.
All right. Before takeoff, gross weight comparison is complete. Pitch stream
I am on the
is,
ground at
3%
Oceano.
CG,
Thank
or
you.
0.3% CG.
Roger, no problem. That seems to be the common spot
V1
for radio checks. Once you get up to altitude, that'll clear right up.
Flex. We've got 30, 31,
Roger,
35,
thank you.
and no flex set. Flaps, config, 1+F. Flight instruments, check.
Brownfield clearance,
Flight
November
controls, check.
1927
ECAM memo,
Hotel, the
takeoff,
Piper Arrow.
all green. ECAM status is
Would
check.
like to pick up
PWS
my
is on.
far
TCAS
to
code
Lima
set. TR, cabin
35,
crew
Big Bear,
advised. Mini
with
brief is
information
complete.
Delta.
Takeoff runway. We're going off of runway 27 confirmed. 27 confirmed. Fuel 5 required. Oof. 5-1 on board.
Number 1927
Engine
Hotel,
mode
clearance on
selector
request.
is
Standby.
normal. Bleeds and packs are set. For takeoff
Full head tower,
checklist.
Malibu, Airfield Mike Alpha, hold
Complete.
for Alpha 9, IFR.
Number 395 Mike Alpha, runway 34 clear for takeoff.
34 clear for takeoff on Mike Alpha.
Just listen to the idle by here. This is idle for us. I mean, that is pretty frickin' good, if you ask me. super quiet behind the wing as they are. Antonio says I had nothing to do tonight. Was really excited when I got the notification of the stream.
At the beginning of
Call
the
me crazy for being excited with an A320 Neo stream.
I'm ready to.
Antonio, man, glad to have you here, man.
1027 Hotels, clear to the Big Bear Airport. Fly the runway 26, obstacle departure
Definitely
procedure to
a
the Mission
juicy
Bay. Beware, that's
Gio.
Mike Zulu Bravo.
Straight juice, my friend.
Direct Robin.
By the
That's
way, Gio,
Romeo,
maybe hit me up
Oscar,
with some
Bravo,
questions on
November.
VATSIM.
Victor
Just because
186.
I'm thinking about
Venice
trying it
filed.
out, maybe,
Maintain 3000.
as we go into our Euro
Expect
tour.
11,000, 5 minutes after departure.
So, for those that
Departure
aren't aware,
frequency
at 7K subs, we're launching the
19.6,
7-hour
squawk
stream,
3027.
British Airways 1 from John F. Kennedy to London City Airport.
Yeah, you got everything but
And then
blocked.
we're going to be flying around in Europe for a little bit there. So,
27
if
Hotel,
you're
Roger,
ready,
correct the final altitude. It'll be 10
that
minutes,
subscription
10,000, 5
down,
minutes after
get us close
departure.
to
Squawk
7K.
code 3027.
Max
Okay,
rank
clear to Big
exclamation
Bear.
point mod
Runway
will
26,
get you
ODB.
started
Mission Bay
for the base NEO
VOR.
instructions.
Direct wind.
Definitely be
Rombone. Victor
make sure you back up your flight
180.
factor and read all the instructions first. You got to be
3000,
pretty
expect
familiar with
10,000,
editing
5 minutes after.
your
Frequency will
files.
be 119.6, squawk
IFS
3027
Squawker?
per 27 Hotel.
27 Hotel, the readback is
Came
correct.
in
Just
with
confirm
a
that fixed name. It's Robin,
$20
Romeo,
bomb.
Oscar,
You ever
Bravo,
visit
November,
MMU
November.
and Cancun? Of course, man.
Bravo,
Absolutely. Thank you
November,
so much for that bomb.
135, Tango Delta, connect Bakersfield
Mexican
departure.
peso bomb. Thank you so much, man. I
Contact
do
Bakersfield departure,
Cancun. It is Cancun,
Skyline
right?
135 Tango Delta, and
Absolutely,
that
man.
is 118.8.
Fun air.
Is
It's a
that
nice
correct?
airport. I was actually
Correct.
down in Cancun one time when the terminal
305
caught
Mike Alpha,
fire.
connect LA
So that was
sector.
exciting. But thank you so much
LA
for
Center,
supporting the
035
channel.
Mike Alpha.
Glad to have
Might be
you
a
on
little
board.
staticky. If you can't
ATC is
reach the
overpowering my
frequency at
voice.
that
All right,
altitude,
we're
just
gonna
wait
go
till
ahead
you're a
and
little
turn it
higher. It should clear up for you.
We're going to
Roger,
turn
we'll
him
go
down a
Mike
little
Alpha, see
bit.
you.
And I'll bring my mic a little bit closer. We'll go ahead and fix that there. Sorry, I had my mic down because I was getting that bourbon. All right, 18.3 is tower. And departure frequency is 19.6. So let's get that in the box here. Departure frequency is in the box.
Press 305 Mike Alpha, LA Center ident.
All right, we're going to hold short of 27. Just double check everything, make sure we are
305
ready
Mike
to
Alpha,
go
thank
before we
you. Radar
blast off
contact
out of here.
24 north and Needles, climb and maintain
Just got to be careful of that
170,000.
wingtip when you pull up a hold short bar like this at an angle. You don't want to drag that wingtip over the hold short line. So 18.3 is
I'll
tower.
have direct Kingman for you once I get you a little higher there.
19.6, this is our departure. Padres 2, chicken transition. Takeoff, climb heading 275 to 520, then a right turn to Winfield. That looks good to me. Are you guys ready to get out of here? Let me make sure my screens are ready for the takeoff roll. And we're going full yoga out of this puppy. If you guys, I'm so excited. I honestly think this F-Mod sound
35 Tango Delta,
might
Bakersfield
be,
departure, radar contact, altimeter 3020.
it might be the best sounding plane in Xplane right now. I don't know. It's awfully tough. It's right up there with any BSS. Limburg Towers, Cactus 512, holding short 27, ready for departure.
Cactus 512, Limburg Tower, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
27, clear for takeoff, Cactus 512. I keep wanting to say Spirit Wings. We've been flying nothing but Spirit Wings. Now I got to get back to the Cactus. Line them up. Gotta go V1. Good night, Issa. Have a good one, man. Take care. Let's see if we can make a little better lineup here. Oh, yes, that is the lineup I'm talking about. All right, let's do this, guys. We're going full yoga. I'm going to spool them up 50 from the front. And then we're going to listen from the engine side. I'm going to be quiet. Oh, man. Got the chrono, Dimitri. Thank you. 80 knots, stress set. Neutral by 100. Man, we are light. V1. Rotate. Oh, right off the ramp there. It's a big bump. Positive rate. Gear up. And thank you, Dimitri. Chrono's up. Thrust, climb, auto thrust.
Cactus 512 connects to Cal departure.
Or departure, Cactus 512.
For 305 Mike Alpha, clear direct Kingman. Actually, 5 Mike Alpha can even do one better. Clear direct Tuba City, where tubas are always on sale.
No, it wasn't a tail strike, man. It was a... There's a big bump right there. Big bump there on the runway. We just kind of ramped off of it. It's not there in real life. Departure, good evening. Cactus 512, 3.9, climbing 15,000 via the Padres.
Cactus 512, SoCal departure, radar contact.
Flyby view. Space shuttle climb out. Yes, sir. We are light and we are moving. Yep, just past 1,000 footers, Captain Tom. Plus, you got to count that those 1,000 footers only are from the threshold. So we were way back on that displaced threshold. But yeah, it was a relatively quick takeoff roll. Let's go ahead and make it just a tad darker. There we go. That's the view we want right there. That Neo sound is hypnotic. Yes, sir, Sam Cannon. Dimitri, most soothing wine I ever heard. Totally agree, man. I love flying these Neos around in real life and the sim. Dougal, thanks for getting on that one. Nicholas Isaacs, man. Be calm, dude. Be calm. We're all calm. Nice chill flight tonight, man. Don't need none of that.
Subscribe.
Al Cappuccino, what is up, man? Thank you for the subscription. Glad you're enjoying the content. Try to have you on board, my friend. All right, here comes 9.7, close up to 10,000. Let's go ahead and get that
Number 739 Whiskey Fox,
lighting
San Luis Tower,
set.
our left base from my 29 report 2 miles out.
Airplane's going to want to accelerate. Do we have any restrictions? I think it's only at or above, right? At or above 8, we're well above that. We've got no problems. There's no at or belows. Perfect. And because it is a short flight, I'm going to keep our climb out. I'm going to manually select about 280 just to keep our climb rate going. But listen back here. Silence. And that's how it is, man. That is how it is. A little bit of whine when you're in front of the engine, and that's about accurate. Those of you that have been on a Neo, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It has very specific sounds. J&G, yes, I do fly the Neo in real life.
Subscriber ahead. Look up.
Leon Xplanes, thank you. Thank you for subscribing, man. Welcome on board. Let's get a couple outside shots here, guys. Watch your ears. How's she doing? We're climbing 3,100 feet a minute. We're doing good. Let's go ahead and bump it up. We'll do a 300. What's our managed climb speed? 326.
For 395
That's a
Mike
little
Alpha,
aggressive.
connect
I'm
LA
gonna
Center
set 300.
124.62.
just so we can get up and out of here. We're 14, oh, we're leveling at 5,000, or 15,000 anyway. So 1,000 feet to go. Should get an alt star here pretty soon. Dean Michael said, wow, those are awesome. Is there going to be a 320neo version made available to the public without having to mod?
305 Mike Alpha, LA Center, good afternoon.
I do not know.
3031.
Let's almost spool back speed all star. I do not know if there's going to be an official neo mod. I have heard.
Climb and maintain 17,000. Connect LA Center 133.2.
All right, 17,000 and 133.2. Cactus 512 safe. All right, so we're in vertical speed climb there just because I didn't want to rip the engines back up. 33.2. We'll keep it at 1,300 foot per minute descent rate. LA Center, good evening. Cactus 512, 15.2, climbing 17,000.
Cactus 512, LA Center, good afternoon. Climb and maintain flight level 290.
Climb and maintain flight level 290, Cactus 512. All right, 290, that's where we need to go. Open climb, thrust climb, spool them up. So, the flight surgeon has become a private pilot as well. Get some positive rates out there in chat, guys, my members. Flight surgeon, thank you so much for joining the channel, enjoying the content enough to become a member and become even more involved. That is awesome, man. Exclamation point, welcome for a little bit more information about what you need to do, or you don't need to do anything, but if you want a little bit more information of your perks and things like that. So welcome aboard, Flight Surgeon. As far as the mod goes, I know, guys, that right now it's kind of a pain to get the mod working because the instructions are a little out of date and things like that. I did hear from Carter, though, he is going to make a video tutorial on how to do it. I couldn't have done it without him. I was running into the same issues as all you guys with the fan blades and things like that. So, and getting the nice rotation animation here. But you really got to get into that editor and essentially writing some, or overwriting some data refs and things like that. So he is going to make a tutorial video on it, just like he did for the MD90 mod on the Rotate MD80, which is a fantastic airplane and a fantastic mod as well, which is how I discovered the Neo sounds, was when I got those F-mod sounds for the MD90. And I'm telling you, it's a game changer. So when he does eventually get the tutorial video out, it'll be a lot easier. As far as official mods, or official Neo mod, or official Neo version, I should say, I don't know if Flight Factor is even, if that's even on their radar. I mean, we still don't even have IAE engines from them by default. As far as TOLUS goes, I think I saw it in their roadmap that it would be on the 321 at some point on the roadmap, but I mean, I don't have no idea.
Roger, make left traffic, runway 29er.
Subscriber ahead.
Alessandro
Look up,
Testo, what is up, man?
traffic,
Thank you so
runway
much for
29er.
subscribing to the channel. Welcome aboard.
Wake left traffic 29er.
Ryan says, I think Peter's aircraft has some Neos, but I think we're all dreaming about a full TOLUS quality Neo series or something. Yeah, Ryan, me too, man. I would love having a Neo that you could just switch to. And of course, you got to remember that this mod, it really only is aesthetic, so it doesn't change anything in performance-wise and flight performance-wise or anything like that. But you combine these engines with the sounds, and it's unbelievable to me, because sound, for me, everyone's different, but for me personally, having a sound that is realistic and very immersive is huge. And when I heard this sound pack, that's when I said I got to go down the rabbit hole of modding my airplane.
35 Tango Delta, connect LA Center 125.
I absolutely would love to have an actual Neo where you come in here and we'd have a dual cooling. You know, we could talk about how do you motor both engines, get the engines cool, and the performance. Well, we're well past 19 STDs for UNV 123. That's across the board there. So, I mean, having that Neo, an actual Neo, would be a lot of fun. And the performance-wise, I mean, if this were pounds, I mean, yeah, it would be a little bit less, be a little bit more if it were in a climb out. But I'm telling you guys, the Neo in real life, the performance is fantastic. The fuel you save, nice and smooth out here. Let's go ahead and get the seatbelt sign off early. We're getting ready to turn back in over SoCal. Nicholas, man.
LA
Getting hammered, dude.
Skyline 135.
You know what? You're more than welcome
checking
here,
in.
but
Current altitude
you just gotta be cool, man.
7,500.
You don't do that stuff around here. Just be cool, man. Hang out. Atlanta 757 flyer said totals for bringing Neos to the 321. Yes, I think that is on the roadmap. So if you guys have heard it, then absolutely. Oh man, look at the traffic down there.
135 Tango Delta.
9 Whiskey Fox,
That's so cool.
runway 29er, clear to land.
I love that. You know, and there was a guy that flew an Airbus in my last stream. He kind of did the same route as me. Fantastic, man. If you guys are on Pilot Edge and you want to fly the same route as me, have at it, you know, as long as you don't troll with it, of course, but you're more than welcome to get in and follow me from destination departure. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Expect radar vectors to join Victor 23 to the
Aline, what are my thoughts about the Marchetti?
Dude, maintain 5,000.
I actually thought it looked really cool. That was a sweet looking little plane.
squawk
I'm kind of caught up right now with the digital replica 310, so I'm not gonna make another GA purchase right now, but it is high on my list, man. It looks fantastic, and anything SimCoders does is gonna be top notch. So it's definitely, you put it on my radar, man, and it's there. Flight in Service has become a member as well. Welcome to Private Pilot with some more positive rates in chat. Thank you so much, man. Flight in Service, and welcome aboard the V1 community, my friend. Exclamation point, welcome. Since we've had a couple members already, I'll just go ahead and say it. You know, if you're new to the channel, you've just joined the channel as a private pilot, commercial pilot, if you're a fan of Discord, feel free to join our Discord, and if you sync your YouTube account to it, you'll get a little access to the V1 After Dark section in that Discord. And I get notifications. I like to split it up because I get notifications from that channel, so it's easier to contact me if you just want to have a conversation, or sometimes I'll post some sneak peek stuff in the After Dark section of the Discord. So that's just a little bit more intimate area, I guess, if I could say that, for some of my diehard members. Now, all the members, whether you're a private pilot or commercial pilot, you also get access to the V1 After Dark podcast series. I actually just started recording and editing that today, so that'll be coming out this Friday. I hope I'll drop that out on Friday.
That's exclusive. I'll see if I can work it in once you're everyone's to your aircraft type.
Thank you, guys. Martin says, hey V1 Cap, I have a question about the radios. Excellent. How do they work? Meaning, I understand you press VHF1 to listen and different one to talk on VHF, but there's a push to talk button. Thanks. That's a great question, Martin. And that's something that, you know, that I would overlook. But it's a very important question and a good question to ask. So, Airbus specifically. At first, it is kind of confusing, but you have your active frequency and your standby frequency. Now, I don't want you to think COM 1, COM 2. This is all COM 1. COM 1 active, COM 1 standby. Now, I can change radios or change frequencies from VHF 2 or VHF 1. Now, you'll notice I also cut his voice off. No, I shouldn't cut his voice off of that. Okay, I thought that was a bug. So this right here is your key to change. This is, so now I'm on VHF 2, so now I can change these frequencies to whatever I want. Perfect. Won't change my VHF 1. So as long as the VHF 1 light is illuminated, this is VHF 1 across the board. This light down here, these push buttons allow you to communicate on the selected frequency. So for Pilot Edge, you do have to have a push to talk button bound. Now in real life, the push to talk button is this trigger right here on the Airbus side stick. You press that, just like a trigger on your HOTAS if you got one.
Uniform Roger, where you parked?
That's the audio mic. Now you bind that up there in settings, you just
Roger.
do contact ATC.
Are active,
But if I have my VHF 2 selected or VHF 3, whatever, and I press communicate to ATC, he's not going to hear me because these buttons control my communication out of the aircraft. So this light is talking on VHF 1, so I could have my radio set up like this and be dialing in something here and still communicating on VHF 1. But you don't want to get in the habit like that. I was always taught that if you're on VHF 1 up here, make sure you have that on here, because if you start switching these around, then you can accidentally start talking on the wrong radio. I mean, that's kind of embarrassing if you're talking on guard or something like that. So line these green lights up as a word of recommendation. If you want VHF 1, if you want to be on VHF 2, make sure your lights are lined up. These knobs down here, all they are, they're very simple. They are just the audio into the headset. So if I were to turn this off, it turns off VHF 2 audio. If I were to turn this off, I would not hear. See? Turns him off. So that's just the audio into the headset. And if you mouse wheel, it will adjust the volume of said radio. So you got your VHF radios, your HF radios, which are a pain in the butt to use, and then your intercom, which is pilot-to-pilot communication, your cabin announcements. So if
127
you
Hotel Brown,
wanted to
ground runway
hear what the
26
flight
right,
attendants were
taxi by
saying,
Golf Delta.
flight attendant's a flight attendant on their little cabin communication devices, you could spy on them like that. And this is the PA knob. So if the flight attendants were making a PA and I wanted to listen to it, I could have this on and out like that. So I hope that's a little bit of detail there. Set manage speed, definitely. We're level now. Let's go ahead and put our transponder
8557 Golf, John Wayne ground runway
into
20
all mode, which
left.
it is. Perfect.
Taxi via Alpha Charlie Kilo.
As we get ready to go over Southern California down there, look at Long Beach. Excellent. Our long stay hotel is actually down here on Long Beach somewhere. Kevin Gio got some juicy pics in your DM on Discord. Gio, let me check them out, man. It's Supreme says, hey, just a real world question. I'm a CFI with 1,000 hours. Fantastic, man. What's your option about the regionals Piedmont PSA Envoy? All right, it's Supreme. I would.
Nothing on file for you.
First of all, it depends on what's your major, what's your goal, right? Is there a specific major that you really want to go to? If there is,
just confirm that the call sign you're connected to the network with and the call sign you're filed the flight plan under are exactly the same, or they will not sync up with each other. I think you called yourself 65 Romeo there, and you're connected as 56 Romeo.
Nope. Because of the F mod, it doesn't use that. Let's go ahead and just turn this down a little bit. All right, so if you have an airline that you're dead set on, if they have a regional feeder, I would go there. That way you only have to go through one interview and you can have a flow-through program.
The call sign you file
It's a little loud out there.
if you file one and then file another
But
one
if you
after,
don't have a
it will
preference,
overwrite the old one
then I would
connected to
really
your
think
account,
about
so the old one will pop up even though
a
you use the
regional
correct
that
call sign.
has that transition pathway program, because you really want to put yourself in a position where you can just go to the regional of your choice. Now, I think if you really want to get to Delta, they don't really have any flow-through programs. So if you're dead set on Delta, for instance, let's just say that, then I would look about, where do you live? Are you ready to move? You don't want to commute. My one word of caution is don't get sucked into that commuting if you can help it, man. Commuting changes this career for the worse, definitely. So if you can avoid commuting, do that. And if you're willing to move and your airline that you want to end up at has one of those flow-through programs, I would just go there, man. And it's a regional jet's a regional jet, man. And it's only a temporary part of your career. And if it leads you to your destination, then you got to hit it, man. Oh yeah, sun is going down. Oh, this is a good shot right here. Flight Surgeon, what is your opinion on the A220? I think it's fantastic, man. I've never flown one, but I've seen the cockpit up front, and it looks pretty sweet. There's a lot of glass up there, that's for sure. And I'll tell you what, when that sun glares off of those cockpit screens, it can be blinding. But I do think it's a fantastic airplane. It sounds really cool too. I mean, it's got some. I don't know if it's the same Neo engine or same engines as the Neo, the Pratt & Whitneys, but I know they sound very similar because you can hear them taxiing around, and man, they are slick. I think it's a slick looking bird for sure. Martin says, V1, thank you very much. Very nice explanation. I knew about the button on the stick. I thought the button above the in headset is push to talk. Hey, no worries, man. Glad I could answer the question. Dimitri says, just the radio lesson itself is worth 100 likes. Let's do it. I appreciate it, Dimitri. Yeah, guys, hit that like button, man. If you're enjoying the content, definitely press that like button. I want you guys to be entertained when you watch my streams. I want you to be able to learn something. And if I can teach one of you one thing during a stream, then I have completed my mission. But, of course, I'd like to teach more. I love answering questions. I love talking Airbus, so if you got them, man, fire away. There is no stupid question. Zachary, likely Delta and Endeavor? Like Delta and Endeavor. Yeah. Excellent. Fabrizio says, hello, V1. Just a plug-in question. Is RealView better than XP Realistic Pro? Thank you. Fabrizio, so I never used XP Realistic, so I can't comment if it's better or not. I got into RealView, and I love RealView, man. I have had no problems with RealView. I can't say if it's better or not. I just think it's a very simple interface, And I'll pull up my real view settings here for you so you can take a look at them. I mean, for the Airbus, it's pretty... I'll leave them there on that screen so you can look at it for a second. Ramon Thompson, welcome to the channel. Commercial pilot. Thank you so much, Ramon. Positive rates in chat, guys. Full of positive rates tonight. Full of positive rates. I knew tonight was going to be a good night, man. I just had that vibe, right? Ramon Thompson, thank you so much for becoming a commercial pilot. Couple more subscribers coming in. Matt, thank you. Thank you so much. And Zachary, excellent. Thank you. Or, I'm sorry, Panery. Thank you, man. You guys are awesome. Exclamation point, welcome, Ramon, if you have any, if you want to have a little bit more information. Man, look at this view here. Look at the lights and the ortho. So, unfortunately, it does get a little bit dark as we go across the mountains here, but that's true to real life. Wow, look at that shot. Goodness. Simwings. Yes, Dougal, thanks for bringing that up. I just run into Simwings chat. So, just a quick little announcement here, guys. It's not an official announcement or anything like that, but I will be doing a stream for Simwings specifically. If you guys are in a position to perhaps get somebody into a flight simulation, whether it be, you know, a piece of hardware or a computer component, our fearless leader, Dougal McTavish, has come up with a fantastic idea, and he's got a program. It's still in its infancy, but he is working to bring it to life, and I think it's really cool. I understand it's not for everybody. I totally get it. But flight simulation, flying in general, just aviation in general, is a very niche market, and people who are passionate about it are very passionate about it. You don't really find those guys that are just kind of like, I kind of like planes, I kind of don't. It's you either love it or you really don't. And not everyone's in a position to help others, but if you are, I highly recommend checking out the Simwings website. I will be doing some streams just for them here in the future. But Dougal, you are our fearless leader, man. If anybody can get it done, it would be Dougal McTavish. Absolutely. Ryan says, don't stop now, but consider yourself successful. I've already learned many things here. Ryan, awesome, man. Thank you. You had me at FPA mode. Airbus or Boeing? Personally, I love Boeing, specifically 777. Hey, I love the 777, man. I'm going to have to say Airbus just because I fly the Airbus. Donation. But Martin Novak coming with a $3 bomb donation. He says, for that lesson, as Dimitri said. Martin, thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel and your contribution, man. I'm more than happy to answer your guys' questions. I'm glad that I've cleared that up for you. Thank you so much for their support, man. Slam Cannon says, is it true that everyone flows to American Airlines at PSA? I'm debating staying at a regional like PSA versus going to LCC and being on the bus sooner. You know, Slam Cannon, it's a tough call. Like I said, it's what you are after, right? What are your long-term goals in aviation? Do you want that wide body? Do you want that long-haul time? And here in the States, I'm speak to North America because that's where I fly. I'm mostly familiar with it, right? So it's a little bit different in Europe, but for here in the States, if you really want to fly wide body, you only have three choices, right? Unless it's freight, passenger size. It's United, American, or Delta for passenger operations, right? So if that's your goal, PSA is a very valid choice. Now, you have to really look closely at the flow-through programs. They always look way better on paper than they do in real life. Trust me. I can do a 2-hour lecture on flow-through programs and how they don't even really work, and it's all kind of, I don't know the right word for it, but as you approach that phase, send via KPEX 6 Cactus 512. As you approach that phase closer in your career, man, we'll talk more, and I'll even do a special on it if you want, because there's so much that I couldn't possibly even talk about in one stream. There's a lot of information out there. So, but like I said, start with what are your goals, right? What are your long-term goals in aviation, and then move backwards, right? Where do you want to end up, and then start working backwards. All right, KPEX 6 arrival. It's going to bottom out at Chips. We're not going to put the transition. We haven't officially got a runway transition, but the bottom is 8,000 at Chips, 170 knots. So take a little break from the chat here. We're going to set 8,000 blue there. I'm going to pull out the digital ATIS for Las Vegas.
451 Whiskey, where would you
Beautiful.
like
I
to be
have that up there now.
Finally, you want it from Homeland.
Lee Cat says, are you still looking for the autopilot disconnect button for the red button on the stick? Yes, I am. Do you have the information? Andre Henry says, is there any truth to the fact that you should not... Yes, don't turn the weather radar on the ground, man. Now, the weather radar on the ground will... It's not a harm to the airplane. We do it when we line up on the runway if we're looking at a storm or something that's off the departure end. Yeah, we light it up. We've got to see, hey, you know, I've had it a couple times, especially coming out of Dallas. They'll say, hey, man, line up on the runway. Let me know what you see and what you want to do. And you'll be looking at, you know, it's red here, little red over here. So we're like, yeah, we can take off if we get an immediate left turn followed by an immediate right turn or something like that. So that's one time that we'll use it on the ground, but no, you don't want it on the ground with ramp personnel. It can damage, it can be harmful. It's a pretty powerful radar. What is the expedite button on the push? We all know how to descend via an RNAV, so I'm not even going to brief it, guys. We got 8,000 blue. We'll start down here. Let's talk about the expedite push button. So the expedite push button does a couple things. It works either in climb or in descend. Where I work, we're not really supposed to use it. I mean, you can, but technically we're not supposed to. And the reason is it's a very, very drastic change. Retarded student pilot coming in with a $10 bomb. He says, can you explain more about doing flex takeoff and toga takeoff? It still confuses me. Fantastic job on the channel, by the way. A retarded student pilot, absolutely, man. Let me answer this other question first here while I was on it, and then I will get right to that. But thank you so much for your $10 bomb, man. I really appreciate it. We're going to get to that right quick here. Let me finish the expedite push button. So the expedite push button, we don't use it because it is a very, very drastic change. In climb, let's say I'm climbing at 310 knots, right? And I'm at a 15,000 feet. If I press the expedite push button, the aircraft is immediately going to select, it's going to attempt to pitch for green dot, which could be around 210 knots, 200, it can be significantly lower. So the airplane is going to go into a space shuttle climb mode, essentially. It'll go up to 6,000 feet a minute, essentially, and it's going to go all the way up. But once it gets the speed down to green dot, now it has to lower the nose, and then you have this really parabolic curve on a graph, right? You have a sharp increase, and then it has to taper off and then continue. So that's why we don't use it in the climb phase. On descent, it will do the opposite. It will set the speed at red line, and it will start descending. It'll go power to idle, dial in red line, and down you go. And if you hit any bumps, or if there's any wind shear or anything like that, you may very easily go into the VNE or never exceed speed, or even the MMO, maximum Mach number. So that's why we don't use the expedite push-in. What you saw me do there in climb, though, is I manually selected speed, and I said, hey, let's climb out at 290 knots. Or I think I actually selected 300 knots, right? The airplane wanted to climb at 330. I said, that's a little bit fast. That's a little bit shallow for the climb profile. I selected 300, which is a little bit steeper climb profile. So you can adjust your climb profile just by moving the selected speed knob around instead of the expedite push button. All right, to the flex. So I am going to do a specific video on flex takeoff and what the flex numbers are, or how to get performance numbers. But to explain in short, what is the difference between a flex and no flex? So a flex takeoff is a reduced power takeoff. When I set a flex number, let's say I set flex of 55, what I'm telling the engines is I'm saying, I want you to give me a thrust output as if you were operating in a 55 degrees Celsius environment, which is very hot. In aviation, we should know by now that heat or higher density altitude and high temperatures, you're going to have less thrust from your engine. It's just how it works, right? Less density air, it's warmer. So by telling the airplane that it's to perform at a higher temperature, you're going to get less thrust. Less thrust means less stress on the airframe. Let's go ahead and start down. We'll go ahead and push for managed speed. We're in radar contact. We don't need to let him know. So we'll go into below mode there. So the flex takeoff, all it is a reduced power takeoff, and it's mainly used to save engine life or wear and tear on the airframe and things like that. Full power takeoff, toga, that is your maximum power, man. You're spooling those engines up as high as they will go at that pressure altitude, at the density altitude, whatever it may be, at those environmentals that you're on the ground at right now. you're going to get maximum power. You can't go any more than toga. Sam Ken says, appreciate it. Still a long way to go, but really been thinking ahead. Excellent, man. You got to be thinking ahead, man, for sure. It's never, you want to have your plan mapped out, man. All right, let's go ahead and get these numbers in here real quick. 070 at 9 is on the wind, and they're landing runway 1. Ooh, that's not very fun. We're going to have to change all this. 3037. That might change our arrival as well. 3037. Temperature is 15. So I did not download. I did not download the ones. All right, there's our thrust idle descent. Down we go. Let's get the seatbelt sign on. We'll get the dome light on so we can see what we were doing.
Departure frequency 128.1, squawk 2717.
Pretty dark over the desert. Nice sky colors there. All right, so if we're landing runway 1, I don't know if we can do this transition. If we're on the KPEX 6 for runway 1, because this is for 2 6s. We may have a problem here. Let me pull up my Las Vegas charts here. KPEX 6 RNAV. Ipumi at 11.
56 runways confirm it's heading 175. Expect
So
radar
we should be
23 and the squawk code 271.
on a different arrival. We should be on the CLAR or the Cresso. Not even the Cresso. I'm looking at all the arrivals here. The KPEX 6 for 1s. I'm gonna set. I don't know. We'll keep going down. This is not the correct arrival. So for landing 1, we should be on a different arrival because the KPEX 6 will not take us down there. But hey, we'll figure it out.
Roger, you're landing, John Wayne, are you?
Arrival route from KPEX 058 to Pumia as depicted for runway 26 left localizer. So this is for 26. Let me refresh my weather. I know this guy is swamped right now. You could tell he's working the radios hardcore. So, let's see, still ones. Thank you, Dimitri, for the weather there. So they're still saying they're landing on 1s, but we'll get our terrain on ND mode as we get ready to come in over the valley there. There's all kinds of mountains out here. We're just going to descend via right now. We'll be at CLAR 250 at 13,000. And
Cactus 512, connect LA Center 134.65.
3465, Cactus 512, yeah. LA Center, Cactus 512, 19.6, descending via the KPEX 6.
Whiskey Foxtrot still on the SAN list tower.
I'm going to dial this speed back a little bit here.
Okay. Cactus 512, LA Center, Las Vegas, altimeter 3037.
3037 for Cactus 512. And hey, are they still landing westbound?
Landing 1s and 8s.
1s and 8s, thanks, sir. All right, well, we'll just keep coming down. I mean, in theory, he could give us 8. That would be interesting. So we'll probably end up getting 1 left. I haven't landed 1s in Vegas in a long time. Does the Flight Vector 320 have a pretty good system simulation 320? Yes, absolutely, man. Nick, I definitely think it does, man. It's not all there. 3037 on the altimeters. It's not all there. There's a lot of things missing, but it is a pretty good simulation. 3037 on the altimeter. What's your ortho? Fork Boy ortho, man. So it is. I have a little. There's the little highway going across the mountains. There's the highway going into Vegas. Davin Crawford joined the channel to commercial pilot. Davin, positive rates in chat for you guys out there. Get some positive rates out there for Davin. Welcome on board, my friend. Exclamation point, a welcome for a little bit more information. So glad to have you on board the channel, man. I hope you guys are ready for a fantastic approach into Las Vegas. Although I'm a little bit concerned. I'm going to put in one left. So I know I don't have the chart for you in front of you, but I'm looking at it right now. So I'm going to... This thing screwed up last time, but let's try it. This flight factor box, maximum cruising speed is 8.1. I'm going to load up ILS 1 left. We'll see what happens here. We're leveling at CLAR, 13,250 knots. Now, in theory, this should just work. If this screws up my whole box, I'm going to be very sad. It did.
2710 uniform, Cal approach, altimeter 3013.
Come on, Flight Factor, you're killing me here. These are bugs that I don't remember always being there. So, CLAR, Skebber, SK, EBR.
3756 Romeo John ground, turn your transponder on.
And then from Skaber to KPEC.
512, Connect Las Vegas approach 125.9er.
25.9, Cactus 512. Alright, and nav it up. So I rebuilt Skebber. Oh, we're going to be fast there too.
Contact Gelmay Tower 126.8.
Why does this always happen? And Andre coming in with a $10 bomb. It says, thank you for your explanations, all that you do. Please enjoy a coffee on my way. Andre, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate your contribution to the channel there. Huge $10 bomb. I will definitely enjoy a nice coffee, man. Thinking of you, very much appreciated. Thank you. 1.5. We can do it. We got the boards out. We got the boards out.
212 Delta X-ray John Tower, runway 20 right, clear to land 125.015.
Let me just see. It was information on Bravo. Las Vegas approach, Cactus 512, 12.9, ascending via the KPEC 6 with Bravo.
Cactus 512, Las Vegas approach, altimeter 30388 is Charlie. Expect visual approach, runway 1 right.
All right, we'll expect the visual 1 right. We'll pick up Charlie, Cactus 512. Man, they're changing the ATIS like crazy. Alan Henry, Andre Henry, thanks again, man. Really appreciate it. I know I just got... I feel like whenever I just want to chill and enjoy the approach, information Charlie is current. Whenever I want to chill and enjoy the approach, it just gets messed up, man.
Yeah, it's plenty of the message person to go.
Let me go ahead and...
Sounds good. Execute missed approach procedure as published. Connect Riverside Tower 121.
Over to tower, and I will see you after the missed approach comment.
Well, lights will probably all pop in at once, which will be unrealistic, but it should be pretty nice. Once they are on, I can see Vegas out there in the distance.
Cactus 512 heading 050 vector for the airport, descend and maintain 7,000.
050, descend and maintain 7,000, Cactus 512. All right, 7,000, here we go. Now we can relax. 050, 7,000, 250 on the speed. We're 12. Everybody's sat down back there. I'm going to go ahead and extend the line. Did he say 1 left? You guys help me out. Did he say 1 left? Flood panels. Lights. Okay, sorry, man. Sorry, Dimitri. How's that? OCD gauge into the red. All right, so I'm going to plan on 1 left.
SoCal approach, Cessna 8557 Golf.
If he gives us 1 right, we'll just end up doing it again. But we're going to take 1 left off of no die. So direct function. Look for your final approach fix. A no die.
3014. Expect the
approach course inbound 193. All right. Don't screw me up here, no die. That looks right. Insert pool heading so you don't intercept the course, but there we go. Last thing we got to do here is put in the Barrow, which for ones is 2460 for 1 left. Remember, MDA for anything other than a Cat 3. A Cat 3 will put in a DH. We'll actually put in no DH. Now, they could do a Cat 2.
Was that calling for clearance to Santa Monica?
But We need to pick up the descent there. We're at a 10. We're at a 250. Let's go get the Chinese speed brakes out. Get the lights on. Good question. Is it what age is too old to start a pilot career? You know, I don't have a good answer for that, but I will tell you this. When I was an instructor, the average student age was 31. That was the average age of a student pilot when I was an instructor. Milltown, welcome to Private Pilot, my friend. More positive rates in chat out there, guys. Thank you, Milltown, for joining the channel. Exclamation point, welcome, for a little bit more information about your new perks. I really appreciate you joining the channel. Glad to have you on board, my friend. All right, 847.
266 November Bravo, clearance on request.
There's the highway into Vegas. I can see part of the strip down there. I don't know if my lights have all kicked in yet.
Yeah, 57 Golf, depart Oceanside, heading 080.
Will that make me reload the sim? Oh, shoot. Uh-oh.
57 Golf, yeah, that's 080 after your reach.
So I went to reload world objects to high. That may not... That... Rip. Bourbon made me do it. Rip. Oh, boy. Wow. I normally like to have those world objects to high at night. Okay. We're back in. We're back in. Everything is fine. There's the strip down there. We're back in. Good night. Outer tank fuel transferred. That means we're getting awfully low.
Subscriber ahead. Look
About 45 minutes to an hour of fuel remaining in general. So we do need to be landing now.
2710 uniform.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and dial it back because I know he's busy.
Cactus 512, turn a left heading 010 to send a maintain 6,000.
010 to send 6,000. Cactus 512. Okay, that's an interesting vector. He's kind of putting me on a parallel there. Or he's probably vectoring me for the visual. That's what he's doing. Tower frequency is going to be 1875. Just listen to those engines in the background, though. Those engines are straight juice right now.
48 Papa Delta, unable multiple approach requests at this time. I'm trying to
oh man, all my lights aren't in yet.
So you're gonna have to stand by.
All my lights aren't in yet. They're loading in. They're loading in. We won't look at it. There we go. We'll follow the highway into Vegas.
Cactus 512, Las Vegas Airport, just slightly right of your 12 o'clock, 4 miles.
In sight, Cactus 512.
Cactus 512, clear visual approach, runway 1 right.
Cleared visual 1 right. Or cleared visual approach 1 right, Cactus 512 then. Alright. He gave us 1 right. We're going to go flaps 1. So we're going to change the box again.
6451 Whiskey, SoCal approved, Treasure, side altimeter 3017.
There's an RNAV to 1 right.
For 266 November.
No transition.
Bernardino Airport,
What?
heading 220, expect radar vectors, Seal Beach, Dennis Files. Maintain 2,000, expect 5,000, 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 128.
Alright, we're cleared visual 1 right.
72.
We're going to go ahead and drop it down to 4,000. We'll leave it at 190. I like to be at 180, but it's easy to get high. You know what? Let's turn it. Well, I don't want to turn it off because I want to watch. I want to watch the approach here. So we're going to do a little out of order. Activate, confirm, manage speed, approach mode on, and we're gonna get engrossed in some of these sounds back here.
Center 8557 Golf. I apologize. I lost my heading, but I do know once I reach Oceanside, I will be 080.
James says, V1, last time my flight simmed was in the FSX days. After I'm back at work, I'm definitely going to get back at it. Absolutely, man. Get back into it, man.
8557 Golf.
Cactus 512, connect Las Vegas Tower 118.75.
1875, Cactus 512.
Aircraft with the request for multiple approaches. I'm unable to accommodate that request at this
There we go.
time.
Flaps 3.
Get help or it slows down. You'll have to call me back in a bit.
Gosh, this looks good out there, though.
So you just want one approach? Yeah, just a single low approach. Okay, and
Flaps full. All right, we have app nav, altitude final. We are way high. What are you doing to me here?
At Burbank, can you beckon me back and clarify the procedure turn around?
Flight director's off. I wanted to enjoy this. Can never be that easy for me, huh? It's never that easy. We'll just have to enjoy it on the replay. Subscriber, I missed it. William V. Roy, thank you so much, man. Welcome aboard. All right, I'm going to try to get this airplane back on profile. We're a little bit high here. Got a nice little crosswind out of the right there. Not too bad, though. 12 knots. 2,500. We're already down to land, clear to land. We're not clear to land. I did not turn the light on. We are on tower. I did not do my little landing light trick yet, so I don't remember if I actually got clearance to land. You guys know in chat? I'll ask him here in a second. The flight surgeon's got to go. Homework. Passed last semester of school. Great content as usual. Have a great night and the rest of your week. Thank you so much, flight surgeon. You have a wonderful night, man. Get some rest. We'll set a go around altitude to 5,000.
Burbank Airport. Runway heading 210, radar vector.
JSIC coming in with a $4 bomb and the coffee. I love it, man. Absolutely. Thank you so much, JSIC. Love that super emoji, man. Excellent. All right, doing a little bit of an S-turn here to the right. You don't want to S-turn to the left because the other runway's over there. I'm trying to get us back on down profile without diving and driving. Look at those lights, though. So one of the best things about this F mod is we will have replay sounds. I don't know. No one else can figure out how to get replay sounds with the flight factor. He's got them. And Las Vegas Tower. I'm sorry if I missed it. Cactus 512. We cleared to land 1 right.
Cactus 512. I can't even remember my own name at this point. 04013 runway 1 right, clear to land.
All right, yeah, you're busy tonight, man. 1 right, we're clear to land. Cactus 512. Thanks, sir.
It just came out of nowhere too. Like 20 minutes ago, I was working 3 airplanes, and now I'm working a dozen.
Oh, jeez, man. Well, good luck.
Yes, the request at the same time, right?
Yep. All right, here we go. We're finally back on profile. 1,000 feet stable. Down to land, clear to land. Auto thrust speed, ECAM memo, landing, cabin status blue. We don't have time to hit the flight attendant panel. It's funny though, in the last time I flew the Neo, in real life actually, the flight attendants were forgetting to hit the cabin ready button on their FAT panel. So we had to actually call back and be like, hey, verify you're ready. All right, 2 whites, 2 reds, getting a little bit high there. 1 right now, 1 red. All right, I'm due for a butter, man. Let's see if we can pull one out here. No promises though, that's for sure. 200. If you've been watching this channel, you know there's no promises about that.
Yeah, no problem, absolutely. You just let me know whenever you're ready there for it.
100.
John Wayne Tower, Centurion 2710, uniform right, downwind for runway 20.
A little bit of a displaced threshold there.
100.
For 2710 uniform, John Wayne Tower, good afternoon. Report that midfield right downwind from
50, 40, 30,
10 uniform.
20, retard, 5.
Oh yeah, we'll take that one. 178. I don't know why I can't keep her on the center line there. Let's listen to these reversers. $70 knots, come to idle. Oh, yes, sir.
Grade 557 Gulf landing 07.
Stow the buckets.
4,000.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lost Wages. He's awfully busy tonight, so I'm just going to keep rolling here. Wing lights, strobe lights coming off. Let's get the APU running.
3756 Romeo, connect SoCal departure.
Screw the butter. Hit the markers, Dougal. Yes, sir. We might have been a little long. I couldn't even see the markers on that one. But I know this scenery isn't 100% awesome either. So... Hey man, you've done a fantastic job tonight, Cactus 512. We're getting out of here. We'll see you.
3756 6, Romeo SoCal departure, radar contact. Cactus 512, roger. You want to taxi the ramp, or you just going to drop her there?
We're going to drop her here, sir. Thank you for your help.
All right, take care. Have a good night.
You too, bud.
Disconnected.
All right, just so I don't forget, I know he's working a lot of different guys out there, so I'm going to get out of his hair. We're going to come back to the left here. Salim Rashid just subscribed to the channel. Welcome, man. Thank you for subscribing. Let me go ahead and clean up the airplane here so the FBI doesn't meet us at the gate. A lot of planes on the ground tonight. We're going to go over here to these gates. Let's see. I do want to hear the replay though. Having a replay sound makes this module even that much better. So we doubled back here on Delta. We're going to go into the A gates over here. We're going through the hold paths right now. Man, there's a lot of static aircraft out there. There's the strip though. Whew. There's the strip. Look at that. Las Vegas Strip. That looks awesome.
Subscriber.
Killer Reflector. Thank you for the subscription, man. All right, we're coming into the ramp area here. I don't think we have any type of docking system. We need a good quality Vegas, man. That is one airport that really is just missing. I'm gonna pull an audible here. We're gonna not look at that guy ram us, and I'm gonna pull into this gate over here that's a little bit more lighted, right next to this RJ. Here's Slam Cannon and his future RJ. Looks like, oh, Air France. An Air France CRJ. Interesting. Las Vegas, huh? Just hit the fuel truck. Don't mind him. Coming in hot and crooked here. Straighten her out. Let's see, which one's us? Is the A320 not marked? So we'll just take it to the second one. Actually, the first one looks to be about right. We'll stop it right there. Brake set. APU is available. Engine 2 comes off. Seatbelt sign. Engine 1. Keep that bleed off for a couple seconds just so you don't blow any of that unburnt exhaust fume up into the packs there as the engines spool down. Air engine bleed pressure low on shutdown. That's a nuisance warning from like old school. APU bleed come on now. Ground control push button would have been off in real life, so that looks good. 5% beacon comes off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lost Wages. Beautiful lighting here. Let's take a look at this replay. I am excited for this replay. Sorry I had to ignore the chat there for a while. As always, man, getting on the arrival, I've had that luck where controller gets busy, I get busy, and I can't just relax on the arrival. So we got her down. Replay mode it is. I'll replay for you guys. Clean up that screen a little bit. Oh, we're not going to play that song just yet. Not yet. Oh, yeah, let's back it up a little bit more. Oh, shoot. No. Don't do this. Don't do this. Oh. Are you serious right now? Are you serious, Xplane? Did I not disable real view? I thought I disabled real view. I was so looking forward to that night replay, guys. Wow. Wow. Well, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Guys, unfortunately, I'm going to have to end it right there. Oh no, LaGuardia V1 is back. Hey man, at least we were straight on the line on that one. That V1 LaGuardia was probably one of the more embarrassing parking jobs I've ever been a part of. Well, that is a true bummer, guys. Wow. Wow. Well, best refresh the bourbon and go find something to eat. Guys, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Really apologize about that Xplane crash there. It happens. All my new members, tons of new members tonight in the channel. Excellent. Thank you so much for joining. Guys, I want to make it clear, every time I stream, every single one of you is just as important as the next guy, whether you're a mod, sponsor, donor, anything. I love hanging out with all of you here. You guys make this community what it is. Really appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. Until next time, guys, you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday evening, and I will catch you next time. So V1, we will talk to you later. See ya!